Hi folks, Canadian Prepper here. So it's happened. It's finally hit the fan. The proverbial shizzy hit the fizzy, and you are trying to survive out there in the post-apocalyptic hellscape. You're being pursued by all manner of ravenous, sadistic cannibals. Or perhaps, in reality, you're just trying to hide from Justin Trudeau at tax season. If so, we have a solution for you. Today on the channel, we are going to show you a brand new revolutionary technology that you probably haven't seen before that's going to help you to hide in plain sight. So let's get to it. All right, let's see what we got here. What did they send us today? You're not recording, right?
No.
Okay, I gotta research this for 2 minutes to pretend I know what I'm talking about here.
2 very boring minutes later.
What are we looking at here? This is the Invisibility shield, okay? This is something which is on Indiegogo, I believe, and just took it out of the box. I've only watched a couple videos about this, so this is as new to me as it is to you. So it says, peel me. All right, so let's do the peel. This is what everybody likes. Look at that. Isn't that slick? Whoa, what's this? That's a blemish. You know what? I think this is actually a used one because they only have, I think they have 25 prototypes and they're sending them around to influencers. Apparently I'm an influencer. If you're influenced by me, something's wrong. Okay, whoa, whoa. Oh, they're gonna make us do some work. I said, you know, I do this video for you for free, but I don't want to do any work. They send me a bunch of tools, screwdriver. We got enough work to do moving into this warehouse. Oh, we get some more peeling. I bet you all didn't think you were going to see a Canadian Prepper peel show, did you? I think this is like the stand. This is going to help it freestand. I guess they have to do this because you don't want the sides to be a giveaway, right? Now, I can hear you guys right now. You're saying $300 for a piece of plastic. But when I read you the description, you'll be a believer, trust me. I was. Plastic screws. They really thought of everything because you don't want metal screws because then, you know, you might be able to see those, right? This is where your $300 really goes. So we're gonna film me screwing this in for the next 10 minutes just so we can run more ads on this video. I think they could have made this fold out. You know, I think this doesn't have to be screwed in like this. It really affects the portability, you know, and then you have multiple pieces. If they could have made it fold out with some kind of hinge. I don't know if the concept is there yet, simply because of the size. I think you would need one that was much bigger. But as a novelty item and as a concept, it's pretty neat. You know, I could foresee some tactical applications. Hard surface could defeat a thermal imager because thermal imagers can't see through stuff. They can see heat signatures. So if you were close enough to this and you were giving off heat and this was receiving the heat that you were giving off, it would pick that up. You know what, this is what I love about the channel though. This is what the channel was initially all about, was testing out cool gear and novel gear. What percentage of the comments are going to be, I would never pay $300 for that plastic piece of crap? You gotta give credit where credit is due, guys. I mean, have you ever seen an invisibility shield like this before? I don't think so. If you haven't, shut the hell up and stop being an ungrateful, spoiled brat. Is that too preachy? We'll leave it in there just for you. Yeah, you. Okay. This is what we got. Let's switch up the scene a bit and we'll talk about some of the specs. So, one thing with this, guys, it only works on a horizontal plane because of the way the little tiny micro mirrors in here are configured. So when I set it up like that, looks all wonky, right? So it only works in that one direction. Now let's try it in front of a set of stairs. No camera tricks, guys. And just so people know, what I see, I can't see anything that way. I just see like the same thing that you guys are seeing on that side, essentially, only from that end. It's so weird. So let's go try it somewhere else. Ta-da! I should let you guys know they explicitly state that you cannot use this as a riot shield, and they wanted me to know that because they seen my last video. Damn, you got me. So I really like the product, but damn it, these screws keep falling out, and it's a real pain. So I don't know what's needed. Maybe you gotta glue them or something. And the crappy thing is they're like translucent screws. So when you lose them, they're gone. I think it's because this is like constantly flopping around. So and you don't want to over torque them because it's plastic, so they'll break. And look at this one, I already lost the nut on this one too. One thing to note is that it will work no matter what angle you're looking at it from. Right now, we've been testing this out all day and it's very dusty. So the effect probably isn't as good as it could be. Okay, this is the part of the video where I sound smart. Each shield uses a precision-engineered lens array to direct much of the light reflected from the subject away from the observer, sending it sideways across the face of the shield to the right and left. Because the lenses in this array are vertically oriented, the vertical oriented strip of light reflected by the standing crouching subject quickly becomes very diffuse when spread out horizontally on passing through the back of the shield. This is what they mean. Doesn't work that way, but it does work this way. That's the Nate explanation. In contrast, the light reflected from the background is much brighter and wider, so when it passes through the back of the shield, far more of it is refracted both across the shield and towards the observer. Now you guys need to understand that this is very dirty because it's been falling over because of the wind here. Even though it's very self-supporting. A little sarcasm there. So it's very dusty. We'd have to clean this thing off to give it a fair crack once again. They go on and on here, and they show you a diagram of how this works. The optical arrays we've used to make the shields are created by extruding and then embossing a polymer to form the sheets of elongated convex lenses running in parallel. In order for these sheets to manipulate light in the right way to create functional invisibility shields, the lenses must have a specific shape and be formed with very high precision. So, contrary to you trolls, this isn't just a piece of plastic. Now, they claim that these shields perform at their absolute best against a uniform background such as foliage, grass, rendered wall, sand, sky, and asphalt. Backgrounds with defined horizontal lines work really well too. As you guys can see, fully self-supported. You kind of have to, if the cameraman can pan down a bit, you can see the horizon line. So it really relies on, it's fully self-supported. That's the great thing about this. It comes with its own stand. The screws are excellent. They won't let you down when you need them most. And fully self-supported. All right, so what are some of the limitations of this incredibly cool thing? I think it works best when you have multiple layers, like a cake, how you have layers of different colors and they're all horizontal. That's when this is gonna work best. If we had leaves on the trees, I think this would actually work quite well. It's gonna allow you to blend in from a distance. I'm sure right now you're seeing the horizon line. So the horizon line helps. If you can conceal via the horizon line, it helps to add to the effect. But the actual details of the first layer, you know, are going to be fairly noticeable. So it's going to make it a little bit too blurry. I don't know how they could really improve this design. Perhaps there's a way to replicate the vertical as well, but I don't know enough about the technical aspect of how it's made to make that claim. And like I said, I'm really not a fan of the stand. I really think that needs to be improved. It really does require a non-windy environment to be used. I also don't understand the red. Why red? The red can be seen by the cameraman, the communist cameraman. You know how much he loves the color red. And he can see that red. But I can tell you though, from my side, like from my view, it looks kind of clear. Like unless, let's see, and it's fully self-supported. It's amazing. Okay, we've lost yet another screw. And I'm about ready to say screw this. But for science, we're gonna continue the experiment. Thankfully, they give you 2 screws at each junction. So when you inevitably lose half of them, you can still function. You can still function just long enough to make a YouTube video. But I'm sure they're gonna figure this out before they start selling these in mass. This is really what this is optimally suited to, is straight horizontal lines. So I'm almost inclined to say that this is more suited to an urban environment where there's lots of straight lines. Fascinating technology nonetheless. It feels weird calling a piece of plastic technology, but it really isn't a piece of plastic. This is finely precision engineered plastic. Cheers.
The best way to support this channel is to support yourself by gearing up at CanadianPreparedness.com, where you'll find high-quality survival gear at the best prices, no junk, and no gimmicks. Use discount code PREPPINGGEAR for 10% off. Don't forget, the strong survive, but the prepared thrive. Stay safe.